Hello everybody and welcome to this Java tutorial. So today I'm gonna show you how to create a simple click counter program or game, I guess you could call it. And this is just a simple program created in Java, which basically counts how many times you click in here. So this is the program. It counts my clicks. So how many times I've clicked in 30 seconds. Alright, so basically this is what we're gonna create. Alright, I'm gonna just go back to NetBeans and I want to create a new object because I have some projects in here and I'm gonna create a new one for this application. Alright, Java application, project name, I'll just name this, let's say test project, and let's just capitalize this. Alright, so I'll put this in here. Alright, and finish. And I'm gonna set this as my main project because you can see I have in here some other projects, so I'm gonna set this as the main one. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, this little prompt in here appears when you finish those 30 seconds. Okay, this is Romanian language, so don't need to understand what's there, but we're gonna put English in there for this program. Alright, so this is the main class. I'm not gonna work in the main class, I'm gonna do another one, so just new file, Java class, next. I'm gonna, let's just name this main window, or I don't know, something like that. Put this in here, in this folder where you have the main class, and finish. And basically we're gonna do all the work in here, and the main class is just I'm gonna have just one line here. Alright, so first I need to import some things, and I'm gonna import java.awt and import everything from there. Also java.awt event, everything from here as well, and java x swing and everything from here. Okay, now first we're gonna build the GUI, so or graphical user interface. So extends JFrame, and I need some. Let's just save this. All right. First, I need some objects in here, so I'm gonna create private. First, I need yeah, let's just say the start button. So J button start, the name is start. Also private J button exit. So these are the two buttons in here for starting the game and exiting. Also private, we need a J panel. I'm gonna name this panel, and this will be basically the panel where you click. So the white panel in which you click, and it counts how many times you clicked it. Alright, we also need private, what do we need in here? We got the J panel. We now need the J label, and we name this status bar. And this will be the thing on the bottom of our application, which will just say how many times we clicked the window. Okay, and another private, another J label. A J label is basically just text, so I'm gonna put in here time left, and this will show us how much time we've got left. And we need also a private, we know the string, which is congrats, and we're gonna use this string to show that last message after you finish clicking. It will show you a little pop-up window which says you've got congratulations, you've clicked 32 times or something like that, and I don't know, you're good at clicking or something like that. And a private timer, and we need this timer for the countdown, those 30 seconds. Right now you don't need to worry about that. I'm gonna show you later how you can use this timer. Okay, so basically this is all we need, I guess. Yeah, pretty much this is all we need. And let's do the constructor. So public main window, doesn't take any parameters, and this will be the constructor, as you can see. Okay, so first I'm gonna create that start button. So start equals new J button, and as a parameter is gonna take what text you wanna put on the button. So on the bottom I'm just gonna write start, so the user knows what that button does. Alright, so now I'm gonna need start set bounds, so I can place it on the bounds. And we're gonna put, alright, this takes 4 parameters, and the first 2 are the location, and the last 2 are the dimension. So the location starts from the top left corner, so x equals 0 and y equals 0 will be right here on this spot, and x increases to the right and y increases to the bottom. So I'm just gonna put this at I don't know, see 100x by 30y, and this will have 200 width with 50 pixels height. Alright, so now I just need to add this to the screen. So add start, and we need to implement some action listener. So start, add action listener, and we're gonna put new, let's just say start listener, and we're actually gonna need to create this class later. So we've got an error in here. Oh yeah, we need some parentheses in here. Right, we have an error in here, class not found, but we're gonna create this later. So yeah, first, actually not first, what first? Before we go any further, I'm gonna just put in here some methods. So super, yeah, I forgot about those methods, sorry, I should have put them first. But super, which is gonna call this JFrame class, and this is just the title of our window, so let's just say click counter or something like that, and this will be the title which appears right here on this bar, like this project in admins, that will be the title. And just set size, this will be the size of our window, so I'm gonna make it 400 width by 200 height. Set also resizable false, and this means that the user cannot change its dimensions like I'm doing right here. Like it cannot resize this window as I'm doing with this one. It's not going to be able to do that. Alright, and set default close operation, and this is very important. JFrame dot exit on close. This line in here is very important. This means that when we click the X button, the program will close. If you don't have this, it won't close, it will just hide it somewhere, or I don't know what's gonna do with it, but this is important. And also we need to make this visible, so set visible true, so we can actually see the window. And yeah, default visible. And I guess this is all for the window, and we're gonna need to go on to the exit button now. The exit button is very simple. We just need the program to close when we click the exit button, so I'm gonna make exit equals new J button, and I'm gonna put in here exit. This is just a simple one. Place it, set bounds, and you can actually see in here the parameters it take: int x, y, width and height. Okay, so set bounds. Width is gonna have 100 as the start one. Height, let's say 90. Width 200 by 50. Okay, now we're gonna add, or let's just add this first to the screen. So add exit, and exit, I'm gonna add the action listener. And what this action listener does, if you don't know, it actually makes the button do something. So if you don't have this add action listener, it will just, the button will just stay there, and if you click it, it will do nothing. So this basically just makes the button do something. And because this exit doesn't take very much of coding, I'm just gonna use an anonymous class. I'm not gonna create a new class for this one, so just put in here new action listener. Alright, and this is an anonymous class, and I need to override the action performed method for this class. So I'm just gonna write in here public void action, or I guess that's a small a, performed action event, and I'm just gonna name it E. Also add this override annotation when we override methods. I'm not sure what this, if this actually does anything, but, or is it only for reading, but just add that. Alright, so now what we wanna do when you click exit? Well, we basically wanna exit the program. So there's a built-in method in Java which is system exit, and it's going to take an int which is 0, so this means close the program. You need 0 in here. If you put any other number, it will just not exit properly, it's gonna have some errors or something like that. You need 0 in here, and this will just close the program. Alright, so this is all for the exit button. Now we're gonna add the just add the panel first. Okay, so panel equals new J panel, and this is not gonna take any parameters. We're gonna set its background color to white, so set background. Okay, background is gonna be a color dot white. Alright, and we need to actually make this visible. Its visibility is going to be false. Now, why is that? Well, first, let me just show you. When we open this program, we don't want to count, we don't want to start counting right now. how many times we clicked. We just want to start counting after we click the start button. So this has a method called set enabled. If it's gonna pop up, so set enabled, and we can actually make that false, but this doesn't work, and I don't know exactly why, but I think it's something with a lightweight component. I guess that's why it doesn't work. But well, anyway, to make this disabled, we actually need to set visible false, which means you cannot see this panel, so it doesn't work. Alright, and we need to add it to the screen, add panel, and the second parameter is where you want to put it, so I'm just going to use the layout, the border layout, and put this in center, and it will just spread all over the window. Okay, and we need to add some functionality to this, so add for this one we need the mouse listener, and we're gonna make how we're gonna name this class. Oh, just panel listener or something like that. Panel listener. All right, and yep, that's all for the panel. Now we just need to add those two JLabels left. So status bar plus new J label, and as a parameter it takes what you want to put on that status bar, what text. But for this one I'm gonna add any text. I'm just gonna make an empty one at the beginning, and I'm gonna add it to the screen. So status bar, and I'm gonna put this on the bottom, so border layout south, which means on the bottom of the application. And the how do I name this one? Oh yeah, time left. So time left equals new J label, and as a default text for this one I'm gonna write in here countdown or something like that. I guess time left would be a nice name. 30 as default, because we're gonna click for 30 seconds. And I'm gonna add this time left on top. So time left border layout north. This is gonna be on top of our application. Okay, so I guess yeah, basically our constructor is done. Now we just need to create some of the oh yeah, we need one more thing. We need a timer for the time left. So timer equals new timer, and this takes two parameters. The first one is we're gonna put in here 1000, and this means 1 second, so it's in milliseconds. 1000 is 1 second, and it's gonna count every second, which is what we want. And we're gonna put in here TC, which is a Actionlistener class actually, which we're gonna create as well a little later. So how are we gonna name this? I don't know, time listener class maybe. TC equals new time listener class. And what this means is first we created a new class, which is time listener class, and to be able to use it we actually need an object. So we created this TC object, and we've put it into the second parameter of this timer. And what this means is that this timer is gonna run, and every second is gonna execute this TC class. And you're gonna see what this TC class does later, but just to know that this means that the timer executes the TC class every second. So the constructor is now done, and we need to do some other 3 classes for these listeners. Okay, so I'm gonna start doing that. So outside the constructor and inside the class, inside this main window class, we're gonna do another class which is private. So this is a class within a class. First, we're gonna need the action listener for the start button. So I'm gonna start with that one, and private class. Let's see how we named it. Start listener. Okay, so I'm gonna put in here start listener, and this need to implement action listener. Alright, and as you can see here, we need to override action performed action event, which is a method inside action listener. Because we implemented it, we need to override all of its methods, but it just has one method, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna override that method, which is called action performed. So public void action performed. As a parameter, it takes action event, and we'll name it E. Alright, now as you can see, we don't have errors anymore, and we're gonna put the code in here. So basically this is what we want to happen when we click the start button. So first we're gonna hide these start and exit buttons. So start set visible false, because we don't want these buttons when we start clicking. We don't want to see them because they'll just be on our way. So set visible false. Okay, then we need to enable that panel so we would actually be able to click it. So set visible true. Alright, then we need to start that timer. So start, and let me think, do we need to do something else? Oh yeah, we actually need to reset this. We need another private in here, private int. Yeah, I forgot about this, but we actually need this. This is click count. So this will hold how many times we clicked the window. So it's an int. So we need to reset that. So just click count equals 0. And we need this in here if we run this program many times. So the first time we're gonna start this program, well, won't appear right now. The first time we click start, if we put right here click count equals 0, that's gonna work just fine. But the second time we're gonna do this, like we just start once, then the timer goes to 0, and then we click start again, the click count is not gonna be resetted to 0. So this is what this line is for. So click count equals 0. Alright, and yeah, I guess pretty much that's it for the start. If I forgot something, I'm just gonna add it later. Okay, but this is the action listener for the start. The exit is already done, and we just need the JPanel and the timer listener. Okay, I'm gonna do the JPanel now. Gonna make a new private class. Let's just see how we name it. Panel listener. So panel listener, and this is not an action listener but a mouse listener, and we could implement the mouse listener class, but then we're gonna have to override all of its methods, and it has like 5 methods. It has like mouse press, mouse clicked, mouse entered, mouse exited, mouse released, mouse pressed. They said that twice. Okay, so like we need to override all of those, and we only need one method to override, which is mouse pressed. I'm going to explain why it's mouse pressed and not clicked a little later, but to be able to override just the methods we need and not all of the methods, we need another class, which is mouse adapter. So you're gonna extend that class mouse adapter, and this basically just lets us override only the methods we need. Okay, so I'm gonna override this method called public void mouse pressed. Now, why mouse pressed and not mouse clicked? Because the mouse click is when we click this and we release it. That's what the mouse click is. But if we click in here, then we move the mouse and we release it in here, that's not mouse click anymore, so that's not gonna count. So if we like want to click really fast and we move the mouse while we click, that's not gonna count because we clicked it in here and released it in here. So mouse press means once you press the mouse, then it counts. So I've pressed it and it already run this method. I don't need to release it for the method to run. Alright, so it takes a mouse event E, and alright, forgot that override. And what we want to do when the mouse is pressed, well, we just want to increment this int by 1, so click count plus plus, which will just increment this click count int by 1 every time we click. And yeah, we want to show to the user how many times he clicked, so that's why we added this status bar JLabel. So I'm gonna put in here status bar set text, and we're gonna use the built-in method which is called string format for this, which takes 2 parameters. So the first one is the format, what we wanna say, you clicked %d times, and the second parameter is this %d, which is actually a number in here. We need to put a number in there, which is click count, and this is gonna say you clicked, how many times you clicked, which is this int. It's gonna put this int in here where the %d is. So you clicked 3 times, it will say you clicked 3 times. Okay, so pretty much this is the mouse adapter. This was very simple, and we need another private class in here, which is gonna be this time listener class. So, and this is gonna be the longest one, or the hardest. Well, it's not actually hard, it's just long. Private class time listener implements action listener. And we need to override this method called public void action performed. Put this parameter in here, action event E. Now in here we're gonna put the code that we want to execute every 1 second. So basically we need another int in here. Just name this x equals 30. Yeah, let's just make this private. Alright, so I'm just gonna count down from 30 to 0, and if it's 0 I'm gonna stop this countdown and just show a nice little prompt to the user and just some other stuff in there that I need. So just gonna show you better, show you what this does. You're gonna understand it better. So first we actually started that timer in here, so we don't need to start it again, but we need to make that x minus minus. So this means that this x is gonna decrement by 1 every second. So that actually means 30, 29, 28 is just a countdown from 30 to 0. And we need an if statement in here. Now if x is where is it? Oh, right here. If x is greater than or equal to 0, then I'm gonna need to execute this code. And this is from 30 to 0, the countdown. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna output that on a string. Where is it? Yeah, on this J label, which is time left. We just want to show the user how much time he has left. So time left set text string format, which is a built-in method. We're gonna put in here time left %d, and we're gonna put x in here. So this will just show on this J panel on the top called time left. Time left is just gonna show how much time left we've got. That's if x is greater than or equal to 0, which means if it's, well, actually it's 30. This one is 30. So from 30 to 0 is gonna do this. Else I'm gonna do this if it's if the countdown has stopped. Now what do I want to do when the countdown has stopped? First I need another if in here. So if the click count is greater than or equal to 0 and click count is smaller than 100, then I'm gonna execute this code. So this means if the user has clicked between 0 and 100 times, I'm gonna show this message. And the way I show messages is just J option pane show message dialog, which is just, this is a method of the J option pane which just shows another window on the screen, and it shows you a string or something on text. And the third argument it takes where you want to place this new window, and null means that it's going to place this window on the middle of your how's it called, on the middle of your screen. And saying this actually need remember the new method we need in here. So this is set relative location to null. Location to, I actually think is set location relative to. Alright, so this is the method. This method actually does our window appear in the middle of the screen. Let me just show you. This method does the window appear in the middle of a screen. If you don't have the method, every time open this program, it will appear like right here on 0 and 0 location x and y. If we put that method, it will appear on the middle of our screen. So just a nice visual method. Alright, now the second argument for this one is what text do you want to put in here? And we're gonna put congrats. Now what congrats is actually a string. Now which string? The string we created in here. And currently that doesn't show anything, so congrats is just an empty string, and we need to actually make this equal to something. So I'm gonna put in here congrats equals I don't know, like you clicked. Actually I need a format for this, so string format. You clicked %d times like I don't know, you are slow or something like that, because it's easy to click 100 times in 30 seconds. And I'm gonna put in here click count, and this is just gonna show you clicked 32 times, or I don't know how many times you clicked, and you are slow. What did I put in here? Okay, now I'm just gonna copy this. So else, because I'm lazy, I'm just gonna copy all of this in here. Else if the click count is larger than 100 and smaller or equal to 200, let's just say 200, then this is gonna show you are a fast clicker, or I don't know, something like that, I guess. And then I'm gonna copy this again. So oh, wait a second, we messed something. Yeah, it didn't close this, so we need this close bracket. Alright, now if the click is greater than 200, smaller or equal to 300, so between 200 and 300, we actually want to say you, I don't know, you, what do we type in here? Let's just say you could get a job as a fast clicker or something like that. Alright, and now yeah, that closing bracket. Else if, I'm just gonna put one if in here, is greater than 300, you should stop cheating. because clicking 300 times in 30 seconds is actually pretty hard, so I don't think anyone can do that, so that's why I put this in here, because he's using a cheat. Alright, now we just need to close this if statement, and this is all inside this else statement, which means this will execute only if x, or the time left, is smaller than 0. Okay, so what we need to do next inside this else as well, we need to stop the timer. So timer stop, because the countdown has stopped, so we also stop the timer. And we also need to make those buttons visible again, so start set visible true, so we can play that game again the second time. So set visible true, and this will just show wait, this is not stop, this is exit. This will just make our buttons right there visible, and we need to disable the panel, so set visible false, so we won't be able to click after the countdown is 0. Alrighty, so I guess that's almost all, but we need this x to be equal to 30 again, so x equals 30, which will just reset the time left back to 30. So if you play a game, the x will be again 30, the time left. Okay, so I believe this is basically all. So I'm just gonna run this. So main window, and I'm just gonna name this x because I'm lazy. Because new main window. I need to import the JFrame in here. Java X string JFrame, and this does everything for us. So let's just see if we've made everything right. So yeah, I could hit this button if we have any errors or if everything runs smooth. Alright, wait a second, and at first sight everything looks good. Got exit, it exits. I'm gonna start it again. Okay, this doesn't look good. Wait a second, what's wrong in there? Okay, got some type of error right there, don't know why. And just start this. It says you clicked 7 times. Okay, let's start clicking. You can see the time left on the top, how many times you clicked on the bottom, and let's just see if we can click more than 200 times. I guess not. That's 100 times. Okay. Time left 0. Alright, something's not good in here, and I'm just gonna pause. Okay, I found the error. That was actually just a stupid mistake I made. We need to put all of this code in front of the J option pane, because yeah, the mistake we made is we've actually set the congrats string equal to this after the new window pops up. So it will first pop up the window which will show the congrats, which is at this moment null, and after that it will set the congrats equal to that text. So yeah, sorry about that, that's just some stupid mistake. Okay, so now just copying all of this right there. X. And now, okay, now everything should be fine and it should work. So let's just test this again. Okay, see, we can't click in here only after we press start, and we've clicked many times. Let's just say 100 and something times if you can click that. As you can see, everything is fine in here at the moment. We've got the title in here, click counter, time left, you clicked 100 times. Yeah, it's gonna stop there. And everything runs smoothly. Alright, now it shows up. You clicked 112 times, you are a fast clicker. Okay, so everything's fine. Now it stopped. We can play a second time, as you can see. This reset it to 0, this reset it to 30, and this is our click counter. Alright, so thank you for watching. Hope you liked this tutorial, hope you understood something from it. If you got any questions, just paste them below this video and I'm gonna help you with them. But this is all for today, see you next time.